the GameStop thing, the GameStop thing, the GameStop thing. I'll say this. I was inadvertently in on the meme because I had earlier in the year, I had invested in just like, a little bit into a few ETFs because I was planning on just like, I have this money. It's just going to sit there. It's not going to do anything. Let me just like put it in a few ETFs. And then at the end of the year, it will have, I don't know, gained 5% or 10% or some shit like that. Just like the long-term investment thing. Boring, uninteresting, not cool, not sexy, not interesting at all. And, Kimmy Dawson is cool. I had invested in an ETF that as a part of, the portfolio, it had GameStop in there. And I went on there and I saw it was like popping off and going crazy. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I checked in there. I was like, oh, GameStop stock is in here. And, it's funny, the GameStop thing and WallStreetBets, I had heard about that just a little bit after the Bitcoin, run had happened, when it sort of like hit 41K or so. And, I started doing some research into that, started teaching myself how to, in my downtime, you guys asked me if I listened to music in my downtime. Instead of doing that, I was doing this, learning to read like candle charts and different, like, stock progressions and that sort of thing. So I was like really obsessing over that for a few days and trying to look for some, I guess, like, information or communities online that deal in this sort of thing. I came across WallStreetBets and they were talking about just like, I went on there expecting like, okay, maybe I'll like learn some really cool fundamentals and everything. And, instead I was just seeing thread after thread after thread. And this is just as like that first bump had happened a little while ago that wasn't making national news yet. But they were just doing thread after thread after thread of like, GameStop, put all your money in GameStop. And I was like, okay, they're just kind of collectively like memeing this stock into going up. I mean, that's cool. That's not like what I'm trying to learn right now. But so I saw it, I observed. I didn't put any money directly in GameStop because I was like, I have no idea where the fuck this will go. And at that point, it already had seemed, at least, in that moment, because, just looking at it at a surface level, that they had sort of accomplished their goal. I didn't really know how much further it was going to go from there. It seemed like at the moment there were a lot of people joining in just to sort of like make a buck and see if they could make some sort of impact here. And then as it progressed, it turned into this like internet culture war with like Melvin Capital and other hedge funds and so on and so forth. And it's like, wow, now people are like really buying thousands of dollars of GameStop stock, Megadan. People are buying thousands of dollars of the stock now on the principle of it. It seems like there are people buying it just to be like, fuck you. Like, some of them don't even seem like they care whether or not they get their money back or they actually make anything off of it. It's just like a big fuck you to the financial system. It's interesting. I mean, it's crazy that they've been able to push it farther, but I think it sort of exposes exactly what the stock market is in a lot of respects, and it's really just a reflection of rich people's feelings. That's literally all it is. The stock market is just a reflection of rich people's feelings. Now, of course, sometimes those feelings are based on how well a company's quarterly profits, are or have done. How much a company is progressing or expanding or, finding new creative ways to do or improve their business. I mean, sure, there are lots of stock purchases that are based on, those things. But at the end of the day, like, it's really just like, again, it's just fucking rich people feelings and, rich people feeling like, I feel like this company will do well, so I will throw tons of money in it. And if it grows, then I will have made that money back. Capital gains. And it's crazy how, the government can pump money into banks. The government can save various shitty corporations and the stock market from going into the tubes after, COVID. Can really just like print money or just like make it appear out of thin air and just dump it to prevent, stocks from tumbling as hard as they were back in March or so. But if a bunch of fucking dudes on Reddit get together and are just like, yeah, we're just like going to find a way to invest in Blockbuster. That's apparently a no bad, no naughty, no. When for billionaires and millionaires, the stock market has just been a game for years, has been a game for generations, frankly. And that's the great thing, and also kind of the scary thing about the internet. The scary thing about the internet for other people, that people can collectivize on the internet and actually like do some damage, actually like fuck shit up, actually like provide an alternative. Just again, do things differently, take a different approach, just accomplish great things, just going outside of the general system. Climb your own ladder, sort of make up your own little group of people who all collectively want to, invest in whatever random fucking dead company. Because look, that's what a lot of very rich investors have been doing on the stock market for a long time, with penny stocks, with obscure stocks. You sort of wait for the moment where this totally flat dead stock is just like hanging there doing nothing. You throw your money in. Because essentially it's just kind of sitting there. Nobody's paying attention to it. It's just doing nothing. And you sort of create this fervor around it, and you sort of just shoot the fucking stock up. And, the fucking Wall Street Reddit dudes are just like figuring out how to do that from scratch. And, the internet sort of allowed that kind of access. And now I wonder, like, what sorts of government regulations will come as a result of this? What sorts of laws will be enacted to prevent this from happening again? And boy, will they happen very quickly. It seems, during most times that it's really difficult to get any sort of like legislation passed or anything like that. Things just move really slow in government. But believe me, like if there's any sort of action on this, because the powers that be or Wall Street bankers or hedge fund people don't like the fact that this is occurring, if they want something done on it and something does get done on it, it'll happen fast. It'll happen really fast, because they don't want to wait another couple of weeks for some other fucking random meme stonk to pop up and totally no way the SEC is letting poor people get rich. I agree. No way they're going to fucking let that happen, because now, here's the thing. There are a lot of people making money off of this. I do worry though, and I am slightly concerned, because look, there may be a lot of like memers and Redditors and so on and so forth that could pump up the stock of some other dead company or some other company whose stock is flattened as a result of COVID. Like let's say, for example, let's use as an example, like if you could invest in like Ticketmaster or like Live Nation or something, and make that go up, because their business model is pretty much fucking dead because of the pandemic, obviously. Lingua Ignota dropping an album this year, that's hot. That's hot to me. If you could pump that up, what the fuck was I going to say? I lost my train of thought now. But again, it's I think that they're not just going to sit around and wait for some other random fucking stock to get pumped up by a bunch of memers. And again, this is the point that I was going to make. Everyone can throw their money into that, shoot the price up, and some people walk away if you put your money in at a certain point, having seen whatever you threw in there increase, like, I don't know what, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times. But not everybody who pulls out of that shit is going to end up walking away with their money. There's going to become a point at which it drops, or the bubble pops, or the momentum is lost. And as a result, you're going to have some people who lose money. And I guess I hope, while I agree with the ethos of this battle, as it were, if you could call it that, I would implore everybody and anybody who's an average person, like getting involved in this, don't sell. That's not my advice, but like explicit shares. Thank you. don't like put your whole fucking paycheck into the shit. Like if you have rent coming up or whatever, or, whatnot, like, I don't know. Don't put yourself in danger here. Don't make yourself destitute, put yourself on the street, or, if memes are cool and fucking the system is cool. You don't need to make yourself you don't need to give up a half your year's salary to fuck the system. You know what I mean? There's certainly kind of ways to get involved that I think involve not making yourself completely poor and living out on the street. So thank you very much for watching this clip on TND Streams. To see more, subscribe to the channel and also click on the video link next to my head. Also, make sure to check out our other YouTube channels linked down below to see everything else we do week to week. And yeah, that's it. Anthony Fantano, forever.